Alright, so I'm a bit late to the party with this one, but Yan and O'Malley's fight at UFC 280 was one of the most controversial bouts in recent memory, with Yan being so unhappy with the result that he's even questioning his future at the UFC. Honestly, I can understand Yan's frustration. Losing two very close important fights by decision, and in my honest opinion, I think Yan won that fight. I don't think he was robbed, but I personally think it should have gone his way. It did look like O'Malley thought he lost too, even admitting to having to re-watch the fight at the end to convince himself. It also seems that quite a lot of UFC fighters thought Yan to be the winner. The main point against Yan being victorious is, he got a lot of takedowns but he did nothing with them. The problem is, even if he did nothing with his takedowns, which in some cases he got some solid headshots in and was doing damage, Sean O'Malley is also doing nothing, except for being controlled. If you can control someone for an entire fight, yeah, it might make for a boring fight, but it usually means you are being the more dominant fighter. Also, the UFC goes off of MMA rules, not kickboxing. It wouldn't be fair to the wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athletes if striking was worth exponentially more than grappling on the scorecards. In all fairness, O'Malley did a great job. He was definitely keeping up with Yan, and O'Malley is looking more and more like a good title contender. He just looks like a real threat at the moment, despite the fact he might be coping for this win. I think at the end of the day, Sean O'Malley just got the better end of the stick when it came to the scorecards. It was one of those close bouts where it probably should have gone one way, but it went the other. I wouldn't say it was a robbery, just because at the end of the day it was a decently close fight and O'Malley himself doesn't deserve hate for a decision that he didn't make.